yogis, and welcome to your breathwork session for the week. We are in Leo season and we're going to honour this with lion's breath, also known as Simha Mudra in Sanskrit. Traditionally it's done in Virasana and Hero's pose, so if you're comfortable sitting on your knees, we'll be here for a few minutes, but do feel free to take this on a chair or with your legs outstretched. But if you're comfortable, maybe place a blanket underneath your bottom and then come into Virasana. So the reason we do Simha Mudra, there's a few benefits. It really tones the thyroid and the parathyroid gland. It helps to tone the muscles of the face and really relieve tension in the jaw. So this season we are looking at the upper chest, the heart, the back, and releasing tension here. So Simha Mudra will help us to keep releasing tension. And it's a great one for releasing anger. It's an interesting breath, which I'll show you in a moment. But essentially what we do is we take an inhale and then we release and poke the tongue out. So it's like this. And there's a body movement that goes with it. So as we poke the tongue out, we stretch the hands forwards, we tuck the chin back, and we take our drishti up to our third eye. So it will look quite strange as we do it. So I'd really invite you to focus inwards and just focus in on the way that this breath work feels. So we'll just do a practice one without moving our body. So it's the inhale. And you'll poke that tongue out as far as it will go. So before we go into the full expression, what I'd like us to do is just warm up a little bit together. So if we start by picking up the shoulders and taking them down and round, and do concentrate on that squeeze of the tips of the shoulder blades as you bring them down, and bring the breath into it. So inhale as you bring the shoulders up, and exhale as you drop them down, really finishing the exhale before you pick the shoulders up again. And then we're going to work to release a little bit of tension in the neck with Brahma Mudra. So it's a nice slow movement. So drop the shoulders down. What we're going to do is very, very slowly take our head to the left, but our gaze, our drishti, to the extreme far right. So if you look to the extreme far right first of all, and then start to turn your nose as slowly as it will go over to the left and hold it there. Now what you might notice is some creaks and some pops and bangs and whistles through the neck. So you're just releasing tension in the fascia, and then finish the breath, and then very slowly come back to the center. Make it almost painfully slow. And then the same, look to the far left, the extreme left, turn your head to the right, just releasing through the neck as you do so. Linger there for a breath, keep looking to the extreme left, and then come back through the center slowly, slowly, slowly. Just checking your posture because we're going to tip the head back here. So make sure you've got a supported posture length through the spine. Look down to the floor, but then lift your heart and squeeze your shoulder blades. Lift the chin. Find that lift through the heart. And then come back through the center. We're going to go down, but take your gaze to your third eye, so above and towards the eyebrows. Looking up, tucking chin, find a breath, and then come back through the center. And then take any instinctive movement, so whether it's a turn of the head or maybe a roll of the shoulders once again. So I will demo the full Simha Mudra for you. So it's an inhale. A poke of the tongue, and look up to the third eye as we push our hands away from us and round the upper back. If I come to the side slightly here, so we start with full extension of the spine. We start with an inhale. So we'll go through 10 lion breaths together, and what I really find beneficial and useful is to expel any anger or resentment or frustration with your out breath, with your exhale. You poke your tongue out as far as it will go and just release on the breath. Release, release, release. So come into find Virasana or come into the edge of a comfortable chair. Find that length for your spine. We're going to inhale together. Big inhale and then exhale. And you'll feel the heat leave the body, the anger, that frustration. Let's go again. Inhale. Fill up the belly with air. And then release. Looking up to the third eye. Good. Let's do another one. Let's keep releasing. Find length for your spine. Big inhale to belly. Nice. If you've got any laughter, let it out, and let's keep releasing. Inhale. Make that breath as long as it can, and throw the breath out through and release the anger. Inhale. Looking up to that third eye, poking the tongue out. Nice, let's do a few more. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Inhale to the belly. Nice, perhaps you can feel that anger start to dissipate, so dig deeper and go for something that's really been holding on. Inhaling. Really stretching the fingers forwards and bringing the chin towards the chest with that exhale. Let's do another one. Inhale to belly. Exhale, release. Nice. Let's go for one more. Inhale. And one more. Final big release. Let's go for it. And when you've done that last one, we're just going to sit here, sit in the residue of this breath work. So bring the breath down to the belly through the nostrils. And slowly release. Maybe you can feel some buzziness, maybe you feel a little bit lighter. Maybe you don't feel anything, so you need to practice this breath for a few more rounds or start again tomorrow. But just stay in there nice and still, feel your sit bones grounded, feel the air draw down into the belly, feel the chest expand, the shoulders drop away from the ears. And just stay in there for as long as feels comfortable, sitting in stillness. So I'm going to leave you yogis with the residue of the breath. And do practice this one every morning. This is known as a kriya, so it's known as a cleansing practice before your breath work. So if you want to weave this into other breath works, do this primarily. You can do this alongside breath of fire, and then you go on to say do diaphragmatic breathing or any of the other pranayamas. And if you're not sure what they are, that could be something like the golden thread breath, the moon breath. And that, as I say, it's known as a kriya, so it's a cleansing technique. So you can do it on a standalone as well, but definitely do it when you're feeling anger building up, frustration. Release it out with your lion's breath. Namaste, everybody.